All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Friday's special episode where we will be taking some of our viewers' hot takes and going over those. They will get progressively hotter as they go. Mr.
Very
Eric B.
excited for this
Smith,
one. Very,
it is
very
great to see
excited to
you.
see. Oh, great to see you too, Ethan. I hope,
I'm
I
just,
hope that everyone who's watching this is having a phenomenal spring break so far.
I
I just hope,
agree.
I just hope so. I just want, I
Absolutely.
think that everybody deserves to have it. After how the weeks have been going, I just think it's a benefit for everybody to have a good spring break.
Absolutely. So to keep this just kind of under check, we're going to try and keep these down a minute and a half per topic. We're going to see how far we can get through it, and then hopefully when that minute and a half reaches, we move on, regardless of if the topic is done or it may, we might go a little bit over if there's some more to say, but
Yeah.
we'll try and keep this in check. So just to get it started, college athletes being paid ruins the entire experience for the college experience and kills small programs. And
Now, where
also,
where is the heat in that?
yeah, that's just kind of
Where
it's general
where is
knowledge,
the
I feel.
heat? There's no heat. That's not even mild, man. That's just
Yeah,
plain. That
I
everybody
think
has that
everybody.
take. It's a
Absolutely.
great
I don't think
take.
anybody likes to see players hopping from school to school. I mean, we saw from Texas, Parker, I got a rep. Parker Livingston, just hopping over from Texas to OU. I mean, was there some competition going on at Texas? Absolutely. They went out and they got some great receivers. But you're going to flip to your rival because they throw you a bag? I mean, come on. And even, I guess, in Texas' example, grabbing a Cam Coleman from Auburn. I mean, I'm happy about
Yeah.
it, but that sucks for the people at Auburn who were
Amen.
excited to see this talent that was coming up, and he just got bought out by a bigger program just because his was in a slight tough spot. Playing time
And
wasn't an issue for him. He had all the time to develop and prove himself, and everybody knew he was a great receiver, but another team offered him more money and was going to win a little bit more, and he hopped ship. It's not what we like to see. The other take that we have on here is that NIL is ruining sports and that there will be a college sports collapse in the next 10 years. I don't think that's ridiculous either. I think that's just a smart assumption to be made based on the scenario that we're dealing with.
yeah, I completely agree. And I think that both of the takes obviously take the same spot on NIL, take the same perspective. It's unfortunately it's just a reality of where we are right now in college sports, and it's always going to be this way. I think that the collapse that Christian talks about in his take, Christian Demore, I think it's a very, very real collapse. I think it's going to happen. But, I don't know how to deal with it. I'm not smart enough to figure out how to deal with it. But I don't think it's a hot take at all. I think it's a very real thing that we are all going to have to deal with. And I think that most college sports fans would agree with this take.
Yeah. I want to throw something in there before we move on from this one, but I think one of the best ways that you can handle this is limiting the amount of times that a guy can transfer because we've already got an
Absolutely.
issue with how many years they can play. I mean, Trinidad Chambliss over here trying to appeal with his little judge out in the middle of Ole Miss or like Mississippi, whatever he's got
Yeah,
going
he's
on.
got he's got
Can't
six
have
or
that.
5 years already. You don't need
Right.
another one. You don't
It's
need
time to
another
move
one.
on.
Go
So I
go
think
pro. Go pro. You're
capping the
ready.
amount of times that a guy can transfer will limit because I mean you've got some dudes that have played 5 years in college all at different schools. I think that's
Yeah.
terrible. So
Yeah,
I think throwing
it's
a little cap on that will solve it. I
I
know
mean
we're running a little bit
ultimately
over the limit, but
ultimately going each collegiate athlete, there is an adjective: student athlete. You should be a
mm,
student first. That's what college sports were originally about. Obviously, this was like 70 to 80 years ago, and then but student athlete, I think we need to bring that back, and that needs to be the meaning. If you're not getting it at your program, maybe you get one or two transfers, but that's about it. Student athlete is all I have to say on the matter.
100%. Moving on to our next take, it is that Tottenham will get relegated and Wolverton are going to or what is it Wolverhampton, excuse
Wolverhampton
me.
Wanderers.
Yeah,
I
the
think
Wolverhampton Wanderers are going to stay.
it. This could happen. Tottenham. It's just a little bit hotter than our last take. Wolverhampton looks like they have a pretty easy schedule. I think they are at the bottom right now, but if they climb if they win out, they could climb. They could easily overtake Burnley. I don't know if they can get the points up to beat, West Ham or Tottenham. But if Tottenham loses out and Wolverhampton moves up, and then I guess they get above West Ham too, it could easily happen. It's just a matter of, it's a situation. It's like a 50-50.
Yeah.
Both things need to happen for them to get out. They need to win out, and then, Tottenham needs to lose out. And Tottenham is, 5 losses in their last 5 matches. And
yeah, from what I'm seeing, they haven't won a game.
2 draws,
in 7.
1 loss, and 2 wins. It could happen. This is just like a predicting the future type of thing,
Yeah, I think it would be crazy to see. I mean, obviously, Tottenham struggling way more than I think really anyone expected. I think their own fan base is just dead inside, to say the least.
Well, yeah, I mean they are in the Champions League, huh? They're in they had a great season last season, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden, just wow, just no bueno. Not what you want to see from your team. No bueno.
Not at all. I'm gonna go hit the limit on that one. Moving on. The NBA is currently the worst sport of the big 4 leagues in America. Games are boring to watch, playoffs aren't even entertaining anymore, and the overall culture of the sport is ruining it.
These hot takes are not hot. When are we
They're
going to get
mild.
hot? These are. When we said hot, I thought we were talking about, like Carolina Reaper pepper hot. This is like Popeye's hot, dude. This isn't hot at all. Okay? You need, obviously the NBA. The NBA, we got foul baiting with Shea. Don't get me started on that again. Foul baiting. We got, timeouts being called in the 4th quarter, and, it's going to fucking commercial break every 3 seconds. It's just not. Obviously, it's not. You got the only other league in the Big 4 that can compare to this is the MLB, and that's just because how baseball is. But the MLB is at least trying. They're putting pitching clocks on. They're making some action happen. The NBA isn't even trying to make an effort. At least the NHL and football are entertaining by default. And the MLB is trying to make baseball more marketable, more entertaining for the average
They're
viewer
trying to
like
speed
myself. The NBA is just making no effort at whatsoever. So I completely agree with the take. I don't think it's a hot take at all. I think it's anybody with the brain can realize that it's the least entertaining out of all of them.
Yeah. Now, Eric, I'm hoping that you can hear me. I think I ran into some troubles, but
No, you're all good.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, no, I'm fully on board with you there. Baseball's at least they're trying to speed it up a little bit. They're doing what they can to reach out to the fan bases that are looking in their direction.
Mm-hmm.
The NBA, they're just any sort of contact, instant foul. They're not letting the guys play anymore. And I think you're starting to see the players themselves get tired of that and retaliate a little bit. I mean, the past few weeks, the NBA has been quite aggressive compared to how it was before.
And that was the most fun that I've had watching.
Mm-hmm.
With Joker and Lou Dort going at it, with the brawls that have been going across, and DeJounte Murray, dude.
Yeah.
Standing. Come on.
That got me hyped.
Big.
I was excited.
As a Pelicans fan, I was awesome.
I don't even think that should be a tech. That shouldn't even be a foul. Don't let him score. You know what I mean?
You get your ankles broken. You get stood over. What you gonna do about it, pal? What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah,
you're not gonna do crap
cry?
because I just drained a 3 in your mouth, pal.
100%. It was a great shot. It was a great moment. I would love to see that kind of just aggression return
that emotion,
on just an
man.
average. Yeah, that excitement to make just not a routine play. It was a great play, but I mean, it was a 3 bucket.
But there's not enough of it.
4th quarter?
There's not enough of it in the NBA.
No, there needs to be more just overall aggression for everybody.
I agree.
We got up next. Seahawks Legion of Boom era is the best NFL team of all time.
So now we're getting the flavor.
This one, yeah, you're getting a little bit of kick in that one. I don't know if I fully agree with that. Where I will go, they had a great season, and I believe it was 2014
Obviously.
when they met the Patriots, of course. Now I will give them the fact that they had one of the best, if not the best, defenses in NFL history. I don't think that's ridiculous.
Defenses, obviously. You can't. I mean, Cam Chancellor.
That's what made
Earl
that
Thomas
team.
III, Cam Chancellor, Earl Thomas III,
Richard
uh,
Sherman.
Bobby Wagner, Richard
Hmm.
Sherman. Dude, what are we talking about? I mean, that defense was just phenomenal. That defense was utterly insane. But and then the offense too. I mean, you got what? Richard Sherman. Or not Richard. Sorry. That was sorry. Russell Wilson. Uh Beast Quake, Marshawn Lynch,
Hmm.
Jermaine Curse. I mean, dude, you got phenomenal players all around. I just don't know if you can put it as the greatest NFL team of all time when you've got Brady's Patriots. You've got, you know, hey, come on, you got some teams that I know you think are
Obviously, I
greatest
mean,
NFL. I mean, there's
Peyton Manning's Broncos were great. I mean, let's be real here. Drew Brees with the Saints, he had some
come on now,
great teams going on.
come
I
on,
think even recently, I believe the 2019 Chiefs,
yeah. I
with
mean,
Mahomes
dude,
and Tyreek. I mean, I would almost, the defense wasn't as great, but that offense was absolutely electric.
yeah,
So
and that's why where we can say like, look, where you have the defenses, like the Legion of Boom, the offense wasn't as good as the defense was good. But if you talk about like the Breeze Saints, the offense was phenomenal. Defense wasn't really that good. You know, same thing with the Chiefs and Tyreek Hill. You know, offense was good, defense wasn't. It's like it balances each other out, which is why I'm saying I don't think you can say. I think you can put the Legion of Boom's defense as premier, spectacular.
100%.
I don't think you can put the Legion of Boom as a team overall above, you know, any other team where they had, you know, a spectacular one as opposed to a spectacular another.
I mean,
Uh,
as a
Ethan
Cowboy
is
fan myself.
your camera is bugging here, Ethan.
Oh goodness, this is
Uh
not
oh.
what we like to see.
Producer man, producers, God I
Damn
hate him. God I
producers.
hate him.
Oh goodness.
Nico needs to send us a new one, man. Nico needs to
I
get on that
agree.
ASAP.
I fully agree.
All
There we
right,
go.
there we
We're
go.
back. We're back. Hopefully it stays this way. Yeah, no, I was just gonna throw in. I mean, as a Cowboy fan, I think some of those '90s Cowboys were definitely up there with just
Oh,
premier
absolutely.
elite talent,
Michael
no doubt
Irvin,
about it. 100%. I mean, they just had
dude.
the offenses were absolutely electric, and I know it was a different era, but as many people would argue, that era was a lot tougher and a lot rougher. So I think that they
Yeah.
could. I wouldn't be surprised if they could hang with the boys up there in Seattle. They might get rocked a few times, but it's nothing that
But
they haven't seen before.
yeah, but then the Cowboys defense from that era, you can, you know, they'll rock the offense a few times. You know,
They
it's
will.
just
They're not afraid to lay the boom either.
it's a balanced game. You know.
It absolutely is. Um, Moving forward, Jordan Spieth will win this year's Masters. That's so it's definitely
You
out there.
know,
That's out there.
this is like the Tottenham Spurs thing, in my opinion. I don't know how crazy that one is. You know, I think the Masters. You know, I'm looking at the odds right now. Scotty's the favorite at like plus 300 to 380. You know,
Even
then
he
you
has been
got like
struggling.
Rory. You got like Rory plus 700, plus 750, but he's the reigning champ for now. You know, like DeChambeau is plus 1200, Rom's plus 1400, Schauffele is plus 1600. You know, the Masters is always it's golf, man. There you can't. I don't think you can put a name on like who's gonna win it right now. It's just it's like the Wolves and the Spurs. You know, you got people coming in from anywhere, contenders. It's just gonna be a dogfight. Yeah,
Yeah,
so I don't think that Spieth
every year
winning it is that crazy. I could see it
no.
happening.
He could just hit a hot streak and a half. I mean,
Yeah,
what was it? I
exactly.
believe Justin Rose was in it last year with Rory. Um,
Yeah,
I think it was the two of them, wasn't it? I mean, I don't think anybody expected Justin Rose to be in that situation, but if you get hot at the right time, you find your game that day, you're on it, you got your timing down. I mean, anyone, let's be fair, any one of those golfers out there have the skills to do it. It's just who's going to stay composed and who's actually going to perform when it really counts. And
exactly.
every year
Exactly.
you've got a handful of dudes who kind of shock you. I mean, Jordan Spieth is a pretty household name at this point. I don't think it's
Hmm.
ridiculous to see him win that. So,
Amen. Yeah, I think it's we're just gonna have to wait and see. just one of those things.
Now this one, Kobe Bryant is no better or worse than James Harden. Nothing he does is better than James, and their careers are very similar but almost inverse.
Now, what ignoramus came up with that take, dude? I mean, hold on. Let me just dismantle this real quick, okay?
I'm sorry,
Look,
Eric.
hold on.
Eric.
Just let me just wait. Let me dismantle this take, okay? Look, Kobe Bryant obviously is better than James Harden. Let's just get the rings out of the way. Kobe's got 5. How many does James Harden have? 0. None. Nada. Zip. Okay? Offensively, Harden, he had the run that everyone knows, Stephen A. He's averaging 40. Okay? Yeah, but they're in different eras. Kobe's era was a lot more defensive sided. Harden, is a lot more offensive side, and he's got, almost inflated stats from that era. You know what I'm talking about? Like, Harden stats are a little bit more inflated. It's a lot more offensive side.
He started
Push
kicking
the
the
pace.
leg out.
Yeah, exactly. Push the
getting
pace.
the free throws.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking about how the game was played. Push the pace in Harden's era as opposed to Kobe's era. You want to lock down on defense. But I think that Kobe, if you go look at Kobe's bag compared to Harden's bag, Kobe's bag is 10 times deeper. I mean, he can pull mid-ranges out. He can pull threes out. He can pull slashing out. Harden, 3 points, mid-ranges. I don't remember Harden going to the rim that much, but Kobe damn well did. I mean, I think that Kobe is just a better scorer all around. He's just way, way, way better. Defensively,
Eric.
let's hold on. Let me finish.
Okay.
I got a couple more on this.
Okay.
We got defensively. Kobe was a 12-time all defensive player, all defensive team. What? Elite two-way play. Elite. I mean, this is the shit we see out of Michael Jordan and LeBron. Okay, Kobe is phenomenal like that. Harden is a one-sided player. Yeah, the Beard was famous for going down and scoring and then not doing anything on defense. Are you kidding me? Yeah, obviously, then you could say, offensively, Harden was, the way better playmaker. But again, if you're gonna dock Kobe for being a not great, if you're gonna dock Kobe for being a ball hog, you gotta dock Harden for being a terrible defensive player. And then you go back to the scoring, and I think that Kobe was an all-around better scorer. So it just goes, and I think that shows the impact that Kobe's had on the game. Kids are yelling Kobe when they shoot balls. They're not yelling Harden. You kidding me? The only thing that Harden is known for is a step back, which was a travel. Let's call it a spade. It was a travel. So whatever idiot came up with this stupid take just needs to be banned from talking about sports forever.
Eric, I don't know if you either hit your head or you maybe had a little bit to drink that night, but it says that you put that take in here. That was you that called Kobe, or that called Harden on par with Kobe. Said they were the same level.
Nonsense.
Like
Nonsense.
you said we're gonna call a spade a spade.
Let me go look.
You said we're calling a spade a spade. I'm looking at a spade right now.
Let me go look.
I'm reading it right there. It says Eric B. Smith. So.
What? Somebody's impersonating me. This is tomfoolery. I will not stand for this. Who is impersonating me? This is nonsense. Hey, whoever put this take in the forum, we need to find him, because that was not me.
Yeah.
I didn't do this. Somebody identity fraud. Identity fraud. I need LifeLock. Identity fraud. This is not me.
You better lock
I
your
didn't
door.
do this.
Yeah, that shit better be locked. They're gonna get you, man.
Dude, this is nonsense. I swear I didn't make this take.
They got your social security. Dude, it's raps.
There is somebody who is after my career. They are jealous of the success that I've seen. This is nonsense. I will not stand for this.
This is always this is how it goes. Just a little side note. You mentioned that kids have always been yelling Kobe. I think we're about to see a shift. I mean, next time I'm out there hooping, I might yell Bam. I might yell Bam when I take a shot. I might cross the dude up, sit him down. You might hear me yell Bam. And when you hear me yell Bam, think of them 83 points. All right? That's all I'm going to say about that.
Think of the 83 most unethical points I've ever seen in my life.
83. It's 83 points, man. That could be for a later day. We're gonna cover that on the weekly
We're gonna
recap,
cover
no
the
doubt.
wilt. We're gonna cover the wilt because we had this discussion in the group chat. I mean, this is just nonsense.
It's ridiculous.
Nonsense.
Wilt was so inflated. I'm not. But
Ah,
anyway,
yeah, he might have
anyway,
been inflated, but it's more ethical than Bam's 83.
from what you think, we don't know why. Because apparently there's no film of that. How is there no film?
Because
I've
he
seen
was
plenty of pictures. I,
brother, brother.
we're gonna leave it there. We're gonna move forward. All right. We've got, if the Mavericks didn't trade Luka, the 2025 championship would have been theirs. They would have won without trading Luka. I Look. All I'm gonna say. All right.
Oh,
In
I don't know if I want to
2024,
agree with that one.
Luka led the playoffs in points, rebounds, and assists. Literally everything of value, he was on top of. If that doesn't tell you the kind of player that man is, I mean, I don't know what does. He was averaging 29 in the playoffs. He was averaging 9.5 rebounds, 8 assists. I mean, this man was doing it all. He was borderline averaging a triple-double in the playoffs. And to pair that in the following season, let him run it back with Kyrie. I mean, they were maybe, one or two pickups throughout the season for just a good rotational player. Maybe a defensive lock or something like that. I mean, we saw Daniel Gafford step it up a little bit. He's gotten better.
Now, who had this
I don't
take?
know if that's I believe this was Sebastian. This was Mr. Sebastian Kravitsky.
Okay, because we have a similar take from Mr. Campbell. Okay? He says that value-wise, obviously the Luka trade was a bad trade. I don't think anybody disagrees with the value. I mean, that was just terrible. But Campbell agrees with the concept of the Luka trade. Because, now let him think, AD wasn't hurt. Luka was, in fact, overweight. And on any given night, where Luka could drop 50, he could get 50 scored on him. He was a defensive liability. And Nico Harrison, on top of the Luka hot take, Nico Harrison, Campbell at least believes, is the only reason, or one of the main reasons, that the Mavs went to that 24 championship. With, Clay, Kyrie, etc., etc.
I think, here's what I think. I think the Luka trade, I believe it was ridiculous. I don't think anyone's, I mean, it was the worst trade I think I've ever seen in sports history. I don't know
that
what
might be a little
was going
egregious,
on
but
in
it was
Nico's
pretty
head.
bad.
I don't know what he was thinking when he had the holy grail of Luka in his hands. And here's my thing. If you notice the issue, all right, if you can figure out what the issue is with Luka, you're halfway there to solving it. So I don't know why your concept of fixing Luka was to ship him off to LA in exchange for Anthony Davis and think that next thing you know, you're going to go win a championship. I know he wanted a dominant center to run the offense through and to be a big body in the paint. But Luka just needed to lose a few pounds, and he was right back in it. And he wouldn't have been the defensive liability. And all it took was a discussion with him about that. All you had to do was sit down with Luka, tell him that you think he's overweight, and that you can notice the conditioning issue.
But just
get him to talk with the nutritionist, and you're good. And it's just fixed. And now you've got a man averaging probably more than 30 a game.
Go look at the graphic we got up here. Look at
right now.
Look at all he brought in.
It's just
look at all he brought in.
I know. I think Nico receives a lot of hate for this last trade that he made, and I understand where it's coming from. But I can also get behind the fact that the reason we were in the position to be in the playoffs that season were because of the moves that Nico made to build the team around Luka. I mean, he picked up Kyrie, which was great, Daniel Gafford, PJ Washington, Quentin Grimes, Klay Thompson. All of these dudes were key parts of the run. And I mean, PJ Washington, that dude's the mayor of Oklahoma City. I mean, let's not forget that. He owned them. So that was already a great pickup. Daniel Gafford, the landlord, he had the paint locked down for the most part. There were probably areas that he could have improved on. But ultimately, I mean, you had a really solid team, and you fucked it up by trading away Luca because you thought he was a little bit too heavy. It was disgusting. And we're we're just gonna we're moving on. I don't want to talk about
Yeah,
that one anymore because I
I
might put a
understand it's a
hole through
sore
my wall.
topic. I understand it's a sore topic. The ceiling might get painted red.
It, I'm not gonna lie, it's already halfway there. Um, Next
All right,
up, Patrick
all right.
Mahomes' performance.
Let's get the screen share off because
Oh, you are
I
right.
need to.
Yep,
It,
my apologies.
all right,
Um,
read this take because this is an absolutely horrendous. This is a steaming pile of shit.
we're in the heat now. This is what we like to see. Patrick Mahomes' performance against the Tampa Bay Bucks in Super Bowl 55 is the best performance of all time. Don't let the box score fool you. If you saw that, what was if you saw that good, he revolutionized the QB position with those throws. I think he's just saying if you watch the game, you understand what he's saying. Um,
He's
all
saying
I'm gonna
that
do.
the few highlight throws that Mahomes made, typical Mahomes throws when he's like on one foot, moving around, that type of stuff, revolutionized the game.
Hey, we just got to bring it back
Mahomes,
here.
and he said, don't look at the box score. This is like telling a jury, trust me, bro, I'm
Yeah,
innocent, and don't look at the knife that the bloody knife that I stabbed into the dude with my fingerprints all over it. Mahomes went 26 for 49 on 270 yards. 270 yards, obviously very good. 26 for 49? Are you kidding me? That is
I think you got to
barely above
focus.
50%.
This is what you got to focus on right here. The two
Barely.
turnovers. That's
Two
and
interceptions,
mhm.
and they lost 31 to 9. This is
It's not like it was
possibly the
dogfight.
worst football take I've ever heard in my life.
I mean, look at Tom Brady over here. 21 for 29, three touchdowns, no interceptions. He didn't turn the ball over. I mean, look at that rating. I mean,
To be fair, Brady had 200 less yards, but if you're going to be able to if you're going to be able to pass the ball, or if you're going to be able to run the ball, why would you need to pass the ball more than Mahomes? Like, it's just, you know,
well,
I
here's
just
the
don't
thing.
think this take is solid. And if it's
No,
going to be one
there's
of
a
the
lot of
best
flaws.
quarterback performances of all time, you can't have a great quarterback performance and throw two interceptions. Well, I mean, you can, but you better find out a way to win.
You
You're
better,
the
I mean,
quarterback of the team. If you're going to throw interceptions,
Mahomes
you better
here
be
needed
balling
multiple
out too.
touchdowns. He
Like,
would have needed multiple touchdowns, no turnovers, and then you can make this take and be like, it wasn't his fault. Here's my, I know when we watched the game, all right, I think we were all wondering what was going on because the receivers dropped a lot of balls, and we saw that happen. But at the same time, you had two interceptions, no touchdowns, and 49 passing attempts. It's just you had all the opportunities that you could to put up more than 3 points on the board. They
now,
got shut out in the fourth quarter.
this is if I'm sorry for interrupting again, but this is what I'm talking about for a quarterback performance, and I'm gonna go back to my example and my obvious just what I'm gonna what I'm gonna bring up. I'm gonna bring up the 2015 game between the Saints and the Giants. This is what a legendary quarterback performance looks like for both of these quarterbacks. We'll start with Eli. Eli went 30 for 41 on 350 yards passing with 6 touchdowns and no interceptions. He got sacked 3 times on 21 pressures. Dude, that is what slinging the rock looks like. That's what a quarterback performance looks like. And if you want to bring up interceptions and how turnovers can affect perception, we'll talk about Drew. In the same game, Drew went 39 for 50. Okay? That's damn near 80% passing on 505 yards with 7 touchdowns and 2 interceptions.
My goodness.
And you're going to tell me that Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl, when he went 26 for 49 on 270 yards, is a better quarterback performance. I mean, get that bullshit out of here.
That's ridiculous.
That's a
terrible.
god-awful
It's a
take.
horrible take.
It's a god-awful take.
That's ridiculous. I don't want. Look, Eric. I know we're gonna have to move past this one because we are running out of time here, and I think this last take has the chance to be worse than what was.
Nothing
just
is
said.
worse than what we just read.
Jalen Hurts is tough. Already, my ears are bleeding. That is already the worst sentence I've ever read. Outplayed Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl twice. Ridiculous. All right? He had an incompetent OC on 2 occasions. Are you serious?
What 2 occasions? What 2 occasions is he?
Brian Johnson and Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore was a pretty good.
Kellen Moore led them to a Super Bowl. What?
Right? I don't know what part of that is incompetent.
Yeah. I mean, what are we talking about? Kellen Moore figured out a way to pick apart the Chiefs' defense in the Super Bowl.
100%.
Dude, you're gonna talk to me about Kellen Moore when you have Kevin Patullo. You can bring up so many more offenses. Dude, that's just a bad take.
Is this what we're glazing? Is this what we're saying is outplaying Mahomes? Mahomes had one more interception. But I mean, are we really gonna glaze?
He had 30 more yards, and dude, he had 30 more yards, and Mahomes was obviously trying to pass the ball more. I mean, dude, we were just shitting on Mahomes, and anybody can tell you that if the Eagles don't have Saquon Barkley, the MVP, on that team, nothing happens.
They don't do it.
Nothing happens. And then go look at what incompetent. Like if you want to make an argument for Jalen, here's another one. Oh my God!
I mean, are we saying that he outperformed Mahomes here? Just because he had 300 yards? I mean, I'm looking at 3 touchdowns to 0. This is god awful. Jalen Hurts he's never been good. He is not tough. He is backpacked by a solid receiver core, a top 5 O-line, dude, he is Saquon Barkley, arguably the best running back in the league, the reigning MVP. And you're gonna tell me, or I'm sorry, did he win MVP last year? Or was it Offensive Player of the Year? I'm pretty sure it was MVP, wasn't it?
I don't remember. I think you.
Oh God, that could be a clippable
That
moment.
could be bad.
Regardless, it was the best running back in the league. I can tell you that. And we're gonna sit here and act like Jalen Hurts is some godsend, just. That's ridiculous.
Stafford won last year. Stafford, you can't say that. Stafford won last year.
No,
The year before.
not Stafford.
The year before.
The year before. That's what I meant. Yeah. The year before.
Yeah.
It was Saquon.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I just making sure that I had that right. Yes. I just don't get Jalen Hurts, mind you, had a game this past season where he had 5 total turnovers. 5. He was 1 turnover away from me needing to bring out a second hand to counter. That is horrible. And we're going to tell that this is tough.
If we're gonna talk about incompetent coordinator, let's just bring it up. Why would you put Kellen Moore, the dude who led you to a Super Bowl, over Kevin Patullo, who last year his game plan was being made into a meme on TikTok? Yep. Saquon up the middle. Saquon up the middle. AJ Brown deep ball. Incomplete. Punt. Oh man, go get a stop defense. These guys, love these guys. Saquon up the middle. Saquon, what the fuck are we talking about? That is just a horrendous take. The last 2 takes, you two need to have your sports privileges revoked.
Eric,
that is just terrible.
This segment that we've done, I think I'm gonna call it a hot seat. This has just frustrated me. I'm not gonna lie.
It has.
Now I have
to go do a lab.
I've got to go
11,
do finance
10 at night.
homework.
I have to do a lab with a sour taste in my mouth because of this.
Because I just read the sentence, Jalen Hurts is tough. This is ridiculous. I honestly, Eric, I'm ready to go to bed and start tomorrow. Start a new day and just forget that any of these things were ever typed.
I wish
or read.
I could forget, but I think I have PTSD now. I can't lie.
Mm-hmm. I fully understand. Well, Eric,
at least the US
beat
Canada.
100%.
At least we're advancing in the WBC. That's all I gotta say. At least that's something to look forward to.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate everybody for watching, Eric. It was great to see you. I can't wait to get our next debate.
Everybody who submitted terrible takes.
Yep. We appreciate your time.
Thank you. And those who submitted good takes, we appreciate you even more. You know.
Well, we look forward to getting the next video out. Thank you guys and have a good night. Sweet.